Do you think Jurel should have come up the order? Or
yeah, for me it's a no-brainer. You've got to send him before Parag. I mean, when he comes to the crease, and the first stat that Kevin Peterson gave was he hasn't got a score over 10. We looked at the way Jurel had struck it in the last game. You know, sometimes I understand you want to get your players back into form and maybe get them going. At that stage of the game, it was the result that was counting, and you've got to go with someone who's looked like he's striking it okay. So Parag was a surprise that he came in at that point.
Well, you got Jurel, you've got Ashwin. He's been striking it nicely.
Yes.
I think sometimes in T20 cricket you can overcomplicate it. T20 cricket is 120 balls. You've got 120 balls to divvy out against all your players. And when you've got players in form, get them out there. Yeah. It's like Paran. Paran should have been up the order. Paran's playing great for luck now.
Yes.
I mean, why leave until the last 5 or 6 when you're playing so well? You know, you've only got 60 balls to go in the second part of the innings. Get him out there. If you can get 30, 40 balls out of Nicholas Paran, he could get you a 70 or 80.
A lot of the defense to this argument has been, most of the captains have said, you know, we want to have someone hitting it hard in the last 3-4 overs, which is why they've kept people like a Pooran towards the end. And today they got in a Huda up ahead, they got a Badoni up ahead. So the defense has been, we want that big hitter in the end.
I'll argue the case and saying, why don't you want a hitter throughout the innings? You know, why wait till the last 4 or 5 overs? These players are too good. You know, why not kind of push the boundaries to say, you know, Nicholas Pooran, all right, you want to be that back end. There's only a small few players can hit the older ball against spin, against a ball that's potentially just tailing away from the left-hander cleanly from ball 1, and he can do that, but he could do that from the 10th over. And he could do that from, say, hit it from 10 to 15, he's still going to get the same amount of runs if he's in there from 10 to 15 or 15 to 20, but if he's there from 10 to 20, just imagine how many he could get.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're established when the last 4 come, if you've been there for 20 balls when the last 4 overs come, you're going to be even more. I just think in this T20 format now, there's a lot more individuals. In 5 years ago, there probably wasn't as many, but these days, there's a lot more individuals who can get you 12 and over. I mean, everyone's experienced at doing it. There are very few bowlers who can defend 12 and over. So the advantage is always in the batter's hands. So I just think you get them out there as early as you can. I mean, even Dinesh Karthik, for example. I mean, do you think he's played, 180, 200 RPL games, but now they've pigeonholed him into, he can only bat for the last 3?
Yeah,
really?
not fair.
He's opened the batting, he's batted in the middle overs. I mean, surely with all this experience, he can work it out. So I agree. Sometimes there's certain teams that you look at and you think, overthinking it.